Hello fire signs, welcome to your general reading. My name is Michelle and this is for the time period of, I would say, middle of July through August. I know I'm a little bit late in getting these general readings up, so I do apologize. I've been quite busy in my regular life away from tarot readings, so bear with me. I will be doing these a little bit differently this month. I'm doing them in terms of the elements, and that works really well for me actually, because that's what I do. I don't tend to work with signs as per se. I tend to work with the elements. So this is the fire elements. That means this reading is for Sagittarius, Aries and Leo sun signs, guys. These readings are meant for fire sun signs. Now, for those of you who are cross-watching, just to let you know, this reading is meant for the sign that I'm reading for, but of course my cross-watchers are always welcome, but just keep that in mind, guys. I will be reading it for the sign that, for my Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. So let's take a look here at what's going on generally, general energies for my fire signs. For that fiery part of the year, certainly fiery up in Canada at the moment, I know that for sure. Let's get these cards down first off. Let's do that. If you wouldn't mind pressing that thumbs up button, guys, super important for my channel. I know it doesn't seem like much, but if you do that for me, I would be forever grateful. Thank you so much. And let's see what you'll be dealing with here in the month of July going into August. For my fire signs, please. What are my fire signs dealing with going into August? July into August, please, Spirit, for my fire signs. Storm Chaser. Okay. Well, you are the storm. You tend to be somebody who brings a lot of energy to the table. And it's unsettling, you know. If you go into a room or you're around people who are kind of in a plodding energy, or very stagnant, or just very fixed in their thinking, you tend to be someone who mixes up the energy. For good or for bad, we'll see where that goes. Let's see, I'm going to get your spirit animal for the fire signs for July into August. What is the fire sign spirit animal, please, or familiar? Let's see. For fire signs for mid to late July going into August, what is their familiar here? Oh, we've got two. We've got the cat and the raven. Okay. All right. Now, raven. Raven brings news. Send a raven, right? So I'm getting an energy here of news. Now, the cat is, to me, all about instinct, intuition. A cat knows things. I mean, you just look into that cat's eyes and it almost has an ancient knowledge that's visible in their eyes. So I get that. I get by looking into this cat's eyes, the cat's eye. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cat. What I'm getting here is an energy of looking into something and intuitively understanding it. Okay, now I'm not sure where that's going just yet, but we'll have to see during the reading. Let's continue here, guys. Wow, we've got the King of Pentacles. Now, male or female, this is not a gender specific reading for my fire signs. You're coming up as the wolf. Wow. The wolf is an interesting animal because it's a pack animal. But it also has that energy of the lone wolf, right? The wolf is someone who will be a part of a pack but also can be alone. Is not afraid to be alone. Actually sometimes has to go off alone. So I get an energy here of individuality, being your authentic self, being that lone voice, that voice of dissent, storm chaser, the voice that's different. Okay, let's see what's going on around you. We've got the Seven of Wands. Wow. Yeah, I get an energy of challenge. People around you challenging you. Challenging who you are, challenging your mindset. It really does feel like being challenged. Almost like I'm getting this image in my mind of somebody going into a, one of those old-fashioned theme parks, or not even a theme park, a fun fair, where they have like the fun house, and it feels like that. It feels like walking into this fun house and being surrounded by clowns. Gosh, I'm getting that. Being surrounded by clowns, and not only clowns that are kind of laughing and provoking you in a very annoying kind of way. It's like they're also sticking you with something. That's interesting. I'm not sure what the symbolism is there, guys, but it could just be that you're being challenged by clowns. I don't know. Not actual clowns, of course. Well, maybe. But it seems like people who have a different... Yeah, I just get that you have a different way of thinking, a different mindset, and so people could actually challenge that. Okay. We've got the Eight of Wands here, and this is bringing about struggle. You're struggling to communicate, you're struggling to get your words across. People are even saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Something like that. It feels like it's a struggle to communicate, a struggle. With people around you. It could be in the workplace, could be family, of course, as well. And right in the center, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Stones. Wow. What I'm getting here is that there's a need to rebuild your strength after a struggle. Okay, so there has been some kind of fight, words were exchanged, or some kind of battle, people around you, and now there's an energy of rebuilding yourself from that. Some of you are having to take some time to yourself, to rest, to heal, to overcome. It's something that was this battle. It needed to take place in order to clear the way, to clear the path. So don't fight against it, Spirit is saying. Let it pass. Some of you may have to let go of some people from your life. People where it's just been a struggle with, like a constant struggle. If you're in an environment here, fire signs, where people are just constantly struggling against you, or you feel like you're constantly struggling to get ahead, then it's not your place, is it? It's not your people. So Spirit is saying, let it go, let it go. There's something else that's meant for you. something on your path where it doesn't have to be so hard. It's almost like some of my fire signs here have been attracted towards something that they've wanted to achieve, wanted to have in their life, whatever it is, a job, a business, a partnership, money, whatever it is. And it's been a constant battle, a constant struggle. And you feel like you're fighting alone. It's been an uphill battle, and Spirit says, okay, look, it's time to accept when something is not meant to be. It's not meant to happen, because there's something else that you're actually blocking. Okay. You've been given so many obstacles here so that you will stop trying for this and go for something else that's meant for you. I see abundance, I see success in your future, but you have to let go of this first. It's clearing the way, Spirit is saying, whatever you've been battling, people, a situation, circumstances, whatever you've been battling for a long period of time, it's time to let that go, and it's time to heal from this, because with the world tree, this is a cycle that is necessarily ending. So don't fight the ending, because on the other side is a beautiful new beginning with all the riches that you could hope for. Okay, whatever you were struggling with, whatever you were fighting with before, whatever you were attracted to, it actually was not going to give you what you needed, what you were hoping for, what you were striving for. It's almost like you were begging, pleading to get blood from a stone, you know? It's not able to be given to you, so go somewhere else where you can get it. You know, if you're in the desert, you need to get out of the desert so that you can find sustenance, so that you can find food, water. Don't keep fighting in the desert. Okay. We've got the Page of Cups here. The otter. I love otters, by the way. One of my favourite animals. I just love to watch them. They're so active, and they're very loving towards each other. Not towards people. They shouldn't be, of course, but towards each other. They are very loving creatures towards their tribe. So yeah, that's the thing. You're a very loving person, very generous, very giving, very playful person. But wherever you were putting that energy into, it wasn't being reciprocated, and it wasn't being appreciated. So go somewhere where this will be appreciated. Your sense of joy, your sense of playfulness. You've got to get away from this energy of fighting. Yeah. I don't know what this was, but you guys will know. We've got the Eight of... that's the Eight of Swords. We've got the Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Bows. Which is Hearthfire. Wow, yeah. You know, when it comes to being around people, it's not that you are not the type of person that wants to be surrounded by people who all have the same opinion. You're willing to express your opinion, have it shot down. That's okay. That's okay. You'll think about that, and then you'll say, well, that's something that I can think about or take on board or not. that's you. That's part of who you are. But there are people around you who believe it's like their way or the highway. They're not good listeners. They're very fixed in their mindset. You are very open-minded. You think outside of confinements. People around you are still very much in that confinement, in that box, and so you kind of have to let that go. You know, if you're in a spirited conversation with somebody and they're just not able to get out of that box or to think a different way, well, you just have to let that go. You have to accept it. You know, some of you feel quite alone in your thinking. You think, some of you even feel like no one's willing to listen to you because they're of a mindset that is very fixed. Spirit says, you know, you can still get along with these people, but you just have to accept that they're not going to be able to see or comprehend your point of view. Some of you are a different religion, a different culture. It's very hard to change a mind, especially minds that are fixed. And I think that for fire signs, we have to realize just generally that when it comes to being challenged by a fixed mindset, we have to know when not to make it bigger than it is. You know, a fixed mindset will want to challenge us. Will want to make us back down. Will make us want to back into a corner. It's fear, you know. People who are in that kind of fixed mindset tend to fear a lot. Fire signs don't. Or if we do, we feel the fear and conquer it, do it anyway, right? We do it scared. Others are not capable of that. They may look at you, fire sign, and say, well, they may even blame you. They may even say that you're being reckless. They may say that you are living your way of life is bad, or that's not how you should be. Well, maybe for them, but for you it is the right way to be. You know, we have to recognize where there's differences, appreciate the differences amongst people. And I think that you do, but other people around you may not. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here. This is home. So it could be even in your home environment that you're experiencing this. It could be family or people that are just in your community around your home. Okay. And then we have the 8 of Stones here, the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, look, I get you as being highly skilled when it comes to relationships with people, which is really interesting. I feel that you have all of the tools, abilities, skills at hand to bring about peace. I get very diplomatic kind of energy here. Bring about peace in the home. Like being able to have healthy discussions and then, you know, still loving the person or still, especially if they're your family. It just feels very good. It feels like being able to have, yes, terms of I feel that you really like spirited conversation, and that you like to talk about subjects that may scare some people, or may be a little bit different. You know, you dance to the beat of your own drum. You like to be around people who have different viewpoints, who can expand your mind, and likewise you expand them. It's very much I get healing interactions with people around you. Healing interactions. Well, fire sign, in the month of July and in August, the energy around you is one where you can certainly take any relationship, especially if you've been struggling with a certain person or a certain group of people, to the next level, meaning you can overcome this. You can move past it. You have the skills, the ability to be diplomatic where there are challenges. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull a card from... Actually, I feel compelled to get one from this deck, so... Fire signs. Let's take a look. Fire sign energy for July into August, please, Spirit. Fire sign energy. Whoa. Kamala. Enlightenment. Mindfulness. Rising up. Yeah. It really is being reminded when we're interacting with other people why some people might react to you in a certain way. You know, not taking it personally, but rather seeing it for what it is. It usually stems from fear. I keep getting that. You know, being able to pick up intuitively what's really going on behind someone's words. Okay, fear. So it seems that there is either a person or a group of people around you who have some kind of deep-seated fear, and that is bringing up some harsh or challenging environment that you are struggling to overcome, to power through. And you can do this. You can do this. You can certainly do this. It's a challenge, but you can overcome this. I feel okay. But I feel like you may have to do it. Here's what's interesting. I'm getting having to do something alone. I'm not sure what that is, guys. Let's see. What is this energy that I'm picking up around my fire signs? What are they having to do alone here in July and August? Oh, prosperity. And this one wanted to come out too. And determination. Wow, look at that fiery energy around this. Ooh, beautiful cards. Fierce determination. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that. Okay. Very driven. Thinking on your feet. The way is clear. Okay. That's the messages I'm getting. Being driven, thinking, needing to think on your feet. The way is clear. Leaving home. Okay, leaving home. Conflict around that. And emerging emerging somewhere else. Okay, it's like being transported. I'm getting this energy of emerging, being in one place and then emerging somewhere else, coming up somewhere else. Oh, okay, coming up out of the mud. I'm getting the lotus flower coming up out of the mud. The lotus flower emerging from the mud, which is this world card. Healing. Using your determination, your skill level to prosper. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have a look first at this storm chaser energy, because with that one, I was getting you being the storm. You know, the energy around you is one of mixing things up. You know, I was getting that energy of people sitting around and you kind of stirring up the pot. So this is powerful energy. It really is. It's expressing yourself. A powerful force. You know, what is a storm? It's energy that is being released, right? But you have to channel this energy into a good outlet so it doesn't turn into a destructive force. I get you being able to create amazing results here by tapping into this power of yours. So if there's something that you want to finish up but have had trouble wrapping up, gosh, now is the time, because it seems like you've got a major dose of motivation and inspiration here. To bask in the sun, walk in nature, travel to new places, look for that spark that's missing, pursuing something rather aggressively with that storm energy. Pursuing something aggressively. Pursuing something aggressively. Okay. But having to leave home to do that, to free yourself from a home. I get a home environment. It may be leaving family. For some of you, not all of you, like blood relations. For others of you, it could just be a home. You know, you may not have other people living with you. It could be a home, and you're having to leave a home to go. Yeah, you've got all of this. You've got all of this energy around you. How do you release it in a positive way? Well, Spirit says, what is it that you want to bring about with this energy? Because you have the energy available to you. What is it that you really want to achieve? You can achieve struggles, problems, if you keep doing what you've always done. So Spirit says, you know, if you've been doing something and it hasn't worked, try something new. You don't have to keep struggling. No, you don't get a prize at the end for the one that tried hardest. No. Okay. Yeah, I get something that you've been trying really hard to achieve. It's ending. But it brings about this new beginning. It really does. Yeah. So if there's something that hasn't been working in your life and you've been trying desperately to make it work, Spirit says it's not going to bring in that prosperity, that abundance that you want. Okay, so I feel like you have to leave a situation or leave a set of circumstances, and then I get this new beginning, putting in the work, being able to adapt, and emerging somewhere else, and that's the place where you will find the prosperity. Yeah. Because this feels like murkiness, this feels like something that you have to go seeking. You know, what does a storm chaser do? They don't just sit there and wait for the storm to come to them. No, they find the storm. So you're not just sitting there waiting for something to happen to you. You're creating the storm, you're creating the change. And you're transplanting yourself somewhere else, I feel. Emerging somewhere else, and that's where this prosperity is. That's where it comes with work. You know, again, it's not about something just happening to you, but by you bringing about change in your life, I feel that the universe will come in and play its part with a sense of divine timing. And that could be this news here with this raven, bringing you news, bringing you the right set of circumstances, and then knowing when to act upon it, right? And to act quickly. Okay, so let's see here, guys. I'm going to pull a card from this deck for my fire signs. So it seems like something's going to come in here. You have to act quickly, act instinctively rather than well, you know, the cat's interesting. The cat has 9 lives, so you know what? You seem to be someone who can do things on instinct and still somehow survive. You know, a lot of people would be very fearful of doing that, but I don't feel that that's you, fire sign. I feel that you are someone who does tend to act very instinctively. When an opportunity arises, and you take it and say, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to run with this because I feel it's the right thing. And it comes in the form of news, a message. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What is the message here for my fire signs for July into August? Hattie McDaniel. Knight of Wands. Well, that's your that's a fire energy. So let me read from the book here, guys. We'll talk about Hattie, and we'll talk about the Knight of Wands. Okay. Give me a second here, guys, while I find this in the book. All right, Hattie McDaniel. Energy, activity, hot pursuit. Yes, absolutely. So it seems like you've got a challenge, you've been challenged. You like a challenge, you do. You like to be around people that challenge you. You like to be around people who are passionate, who bring out that passion in you, that ignite your flame. So yeah, I see you being attracted to the storm. You know, you don't shy away from the different, the unusual. You don't shy away from doing things in a rebellious or instinctive way. yeah, mixing things up, you know. Again, I get that image of people standing around, sitting around, just doing the same old, and in you come, mixing it all up. Woo! Like dropping a metaphorical bomb there, and then suddenly the world changes. You have the power to create enormous change in your life and in the lives of those around you. Now that can be for good or bad, of course. We want it to be in a good way rather than in a destructive way. When faced against a challenge, though, an obstacle to clear out of the way, Spirit is asking you to do it. You can clear this obstacle, but you have to do it in terms of healing. I get being able to diplomatically work through a set of obstacles or challenges so that you can complete out or let go of something and then move into what you want to do next. Okay, so there seems to be something here, my fire signs, that you are having to leave. It could be a home environment, but needing to do it in a way which is diplomatic. Yeah, because I do get this instinct firing you up here and saying, oh, I want to do that, I want to go and do that, but it could create, it feels like that's going to create a destructive force or destructive change around you rather than something that is good. All right. Yeah, it's well, you know, I get it. I get it. If you have to wait, you can tend to get frustrated, especially if there's people around you that are challenging you. I get frustration there, public squabbles, impediments. Yeah, you can overcome all of that. You can overcome all of that. You can find peace. Find peace with those that you're struggling with, you've been fighting with. And then I get movement. Okay, interesting. Now, Hattie McDaniel, who was she? Well, a lot of you will know who she was. She's the youngest of 13 children. Wow, can you imagine that? And she got her start in show business growing up in Wichita, Kansas. And when she was 15, she left home to join her father in his vaudeville show. When he went bankrupt, she joined another vaudeville troupe. And then she went on, of course, to be one of the first, the first black woman to sing on the radio for a general audience. So, wow. Now, interestingly enough, Hattie tended to play, back in those days, it was very stereotypical. She was often like a housemaid or like a maid or a servant. Again, it was kind of what she became known as, stereotyped on screen and on the radio. But she was always kind of the clever one, the one that knew more than the so-called rich people, right? That had the house and all of that. And people liked that. People liked her comedic talent. Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, she did actually work as a maid to support herself when she wasn't working in the entertainment field. Yeah. Now, of course, she mainly known for Gone with the Wind, of course. And one thing that Hattie always did was take advantage of opportunities that came her way, you know, to overcome racial stereotypes, to overcome, yeah. For some of you here, it is about that. It is about overcoming a challenge, like a racial stereotype. That will be for some of you, not all of you. You'll know. Some of you have felt like an outsider. But you have a unique talent, a unique skill to using diplomacy to communicate. I get you'd be a great mediator. You really, really would. Now, how do others, well, that's the thing. Fire sign, do you really care what other people think? Hattie didn't. Hattie didn't care what people thought of her. You know what? She played those stereotypes. She had to make money. You know, a woman that was making her own money back in those days. I mean, hats off to Hattie. Because there's many women who wouldn't have been able to do what she did and make a living, and do whatever she could to make a living. So taking the opportunities as they arose to make money, to be determined, to get ahead in life. That's what I'm feeling around this card. So it doesn't matter what any others' opinions are of you or their perceptions of you. It's not about completely ignoring other people. You consider them, you take what sentiments resonate with you and leave the rest. You know, you don't have to take it all on board. Criticism. So consider this. Are there people in your life whose judgment is adversely affecting you? If there is, how can you put a safe distance between yourself and those who would seek to hold you back? Because I feel that you're being asked to consider, are you living your life in terms of your own values, what you consider to be your own values, or other people's, just to keep the peace? Interesting. I want to get a card actually on both of these spirit animals. Let's get the raven first, and let's pull a card. I want to see what this news is that's coming in. The spirit animal. Okay, the stag. Yeah, it's very masculine energy. Very individual, very, very sexual. I'm also getting that kind of energy around the stag as well. Going stag, of course, is going alone. So for a lot of you, this whatever's being achieved here, this storm chasing, is being done alone. Perhaps away from a home environment. For some of you, it's like a retreat. To look into yourself. I'm getting that. A retreat to look into yourself. A journey, maybe some travel here with the Knight of Wands. Well, you know, for some of you it's like solo travel. We find out more about ourselves when we travel alone than if we do with people. Absolutely. There's more alone time. So there's something here that I'm picking up here where there is value. Recognizing your value, recognizing your contribution to the world, just like Hattie here. Recognize that where you've struggled in life. Recognize where you don't need to keep struggling. You know, some of us keep struggling even though we're not meant to. You know, it's almost like we've been struggling for so long, If we're not struggling, then what's going on? You know, you feel like you need to keep struggling. Well, Spirit says stop struggling. Stop struggling. Stop struggling. Okay. Some of my fire signs out there have subconsciously sought out difficult situations because of that energy. But Spirit says, well, maybe it's time to stop living life that way, to end the struggle. Yeah, let's have a look at that intuitive energy around the cat, because I'm picking that up. Yeah, we've got, wow, look at that. Yeah, ending the struggle. We've got the Wanderer here, which is the Fool energy, and the Four of Wands, which is celebration. Yes, this feels like joy. It feels like letting go of burdens, being free of burdens, being free of the struggle, and just enjoying life, celebrating life. Whew, that feels good, doesn't it? It feels like a sweet release, but in a way which is very pure energy. Now, purity, what does that mean? Well, it just means that whatever you've been able to leave behind here, you've done it in a way where there is no bad feelings. Like you're completely moving on here to a place where you are feeling free, free to be you. But you're not leaving with guilt. You're not leaving with that negative energy. There's nothing holding or tying you down. You're completely leaving that situation with a clean slate ahead of you that is packed to the brim with new opportunities. Wow. An end to the struggle, guys, an end to the struggle for my fire signs, and a celebration. Gosh, it's taken a long time, hasn't it? It's still going to take work, yep, but prosperity lies ahead in this new place. So don't feel bad, and don't feel like you're giving up, because you're actually not. This is not you giving up. This is you recognizing when an opportunity is better for you somewhere else. Okay? I'm going to leave it there for you, fire signs, and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, or you can go to my Etsy store. The link is down below. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for pressing that like button. Drop me a comment down below and share me on your social media. I'd really appreciate that. Wishing you the best, fire signs. Please take care, and bye for now.